Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're taking a plunge into something that really, well, it underpins everything. Time.
It really does. Time is just, it's everywhere, isn't it?
Completely.
From the moment we wake up, it shapes our day, our habits,
Work, school, travel.
even just relaxing. It's always there. We're always sort of managing it or trying to save it or maybe just fill it up.
That's a really good point. And thinking about how deep time runs, our mission for this deep dive is to explore some sources we found. Mostly scripts, transcripts, conversations, things like that. And we want to see how we actually talk about time in English. We're aiming to pull out some, practical nuggets, maybe some surprising bits to help you get really well informed.
Sounds great. Where do we start?
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's jump right into some really crucial time expressions. You'll hear these all the time in daily English. We've got 3 very common ones to begin with.
Okay. First up.
The first one is run out of time.
Ah, yes. That feeling. It basically just means you don't have enough time left to do something you planned or wanted to do.
Right. Like in the source, I wanted to finish the project, but I ran out of time.
Exactly. Or that classic school example. We ran out of time in class, so the teacher gave us homework.
You could just say, I had no time, but...
Run out of time has a bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe a sense of urgency. Or like, oh no, I couldn't finish. It feels more vivid.
Yeah, it does. Okay, next one. On the dot.
This one's about precision. Exactly at the scheduled time. No earlier, no later. Bang on.
Like, the train leaves at 8 a.m. on the dot.
Or the meeting started at 3 p.m. on the dot. It's often used for things that really need that exactness, trains, planes, important appointments.
And it's interesting, culturally speaking, being on the dot says something, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
In many English-speaking places, especially for business or transport, it's seen as respectful, reliable. Efficient.
Kind of reflects that time is money idea, maybe.
I think so, yeah. Punctuality is key.
Okay, and the third one for this section.
That's kill time.
Right.
This is about doing something, pretty much anything, while you're waiting, usually just so you don't get bored.
Like, I had 2 hours before my flight, so I killed time reading a book.
Or the very common one. While waiting for the bus, I killed time on my phone. Scrolling, probably.
Yeah, probably. It's interesting that phrase, kill time. It sort of implies doing nothing while waiting is bad.
Well, maybe undesirable. Like you should always be doing something, even if it's just passing the time. It's quite revealing, actually.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. We have a little dialogue. Alex and Nina, let's see how these phrases sound just, naturally used.
Okay.
Alex says, hey, Nina, are you ready? The train leaves at 10 on the dot. And Nina replies, almost. I'm trying to finish packing, but I'm running out of time.
Classic packing scenario.
Totally. Then Alex says, don't worry. If we get there early, we can kill time at the cafe.
See, it flows perfectly naturally. Alex uses on the dot for that train departure, no messing around. It leaves exactly at 10.
Right. Not 9.59 or 10.01.
Precisely. And Nina's running out of time. You immediately get her stress, her rush to finish packing against the clock.
And Alex's suggestion?
Kill time at the cafe.
Yeah.
It's just a casual, normal way to suggest dealing with any extra waiting time. Make it less boring, maybe grab a coffee.
So what does this all mean for you, listening?
Well, you can start using these right away to sound, well, more natural.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Instead of maybe a simpler, I had no time, try, I ran out of time. Or swap the bus left exactly at 9, for the more common, the bus left at 9 on the dot.
Sounds better.
And instead of saying something like, I waited and did nothing, you could say, I killed time while I waited. It just adds that bit of authenticity.
And just to circle back to that cultural point, being on time, or even a bit early, is really, really valued.
Yeah, we mentioned that with on the dot. Exactly. It shows respect, professionalism. You often hear better early than late. So while kill time is totally fine casually, that focus on punctuality, on being on the dot, is a real insight into sort of a core cultural value.
Okay, so we've looked at specific moments in time. Let's shift gears a bit now and talk about the rhythm of life. Routines.
Routines, yes. Basically, a routine is just a consistent habit. right? A series of steps you follow again and again over a period.
Like your morning routine or what you do before bed, maybe an exercise routine.
Exactly. The choreography of your day, you could say.
And here's where it gets really interesting again. We found a great example in the sources. It's Stephanie describing her morning routine, and it's quite detailed.
Okay.
She mentioned she needs to set aside about an hour and a half to get ready in the mornings every day.
Wow, an hour and a half. That's quite a commitment.
Yeah, especially when you compare it to someone like Jacob in the source, who expects to be, quote, out the door half an hour tops. Big difference.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what makes Stephanie's routine take so long?
Well, she breaks it down. First, straight to the shower. She washes her hair every second day.
Okay, every second day. You could also say every other day. Right. Means the same thing.
Exactly. And she notes she seldom manages a shower under 20 minutes.
Seldom.
Mhm.
So almost never. That word immediately tells you it's rare for her to be quick in the shower. Probably because of long hair, maybe conditioning.
Yeah, she mentions that. Then she often puts on a pot of coffee.
A whole pot, not just one cup. That sounds like a proper ritual.
Right. And she gets dressed while it brews. Brewing, that's the classic word for making coffee.
Hmm.
Getting dressed, she says, takes about half an hour. Apparently because she usually picks her outfit in the morning, not the night before.
Ah, the morning outfit decision. That can definitely add time.
And then there's the hair. This seems to be a big chunk of time.
Right.
She says from time to time, she puts her hair up, maybe in a ponytail or bun.
Okay, from time to time, so occasionally.
But oftentimes, she says, oftentimes she blow dries it straight.
Right, using a blow dryer.
And then to stop it getting frizzy.
Ah, frizzy hair. That kind of puffy, sticks out look.
Exactly. Especially on humid days, she says. To avoid that, she regularly has to flat iron it.
Regularly. So very often.
Wow.
Blow dry and flat iron. That sounds like another significant time block right there. Maybe another 20 minutes she mentions.
Yeah, seems like it. And then she finishes with her daily makeup routine, so you can see how it adds up to an hour and a half.
You really can. It's quite a process.
But what's fascinating here, listening to Stephanie, is how she naturally uses all these different words to describe how often she does things.
Yes, those are adverbs of frequency. And they're incredibly useful. They're not just filler. They add real precision.
Totally. Like, let's break a few down. You mentioned seldom. That means almost never, right? Like maybe going to the movies only once a month?
Exactly. Very infrequent. Then there's frequently, which is pretty high, maybe 75, 85% of the time. Like if you frequently forget your keys, maybe 5 out of 7 days.
Okay. And often.
Often is also quite common, maybe 70, 80%. And remember, you can say it like often or often. Both are fine.
Good tip. What about usually?
Usually implies it's the norm, what happens most of the time, but maybe not always. Like, I usually brush my hair maybe 6 out of 7 days, but perhaps I skip one day.
Got it. And regularly, Stephanie used that for flat ironing.
Right. Regularly means very often, habitually, but again, maybe with occasional exceptions. Like, I regularly run 5K after work, but I might skip it if I'm going out with friends. It's consistent, but flexible.
That makes sense. And there are other related phrases too, right? Besides those single adverbs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like Stephanie using every day for getting ready. That's 100% of the time. Simple, but precise.
Or every second day, every other day for her hair washing. Alternating days.
Exactly. And then for things that happen less often, you have phrases like every now and then or just now and then.
Meaning sometimes, but not super often.
Yeah, maybe like eating chocolate twice a month. You might say you eat it every now and then. And from time to time, it's very similar, just means occasionally. Stephanie used that for putting her hair up.
It's quite a range of options.
It really is. And using this variety makes your description so much more natural and, well, accurate. Instead of just saying sometimes or a lot, you can really pinpoint the frequency.
You paint a much clearer picture of your habits, your routines.
Precisely. It adds nuance.
Okay, sticking with Stephanie's routine for a moment, here's where it gets really interesting for vocabulary. There were some specific terms she used that might be new to some listeners but are super common when talking about daily habits.
Right, like the coffee details.
Yeah, she mentioned putting on a pot of coffee. What exactly does that mean?
Well, a pot of coffee usually refers to the glass carafe or container that the coffee machine brews the coffee into. It typically holds multiple cups, maybe 8 or 10, rather than just a single mug. So making a pot implies making a larger quantity.
Okay, enough for maybe several people, or for one person throughout the morning.
Exactly. And she used the verb to brew.
Which is just making coffee, right?
Yeah, it's just a nice, maybe slightly fancier way of saying making coffee, especially with a machine or a specific method like pour over. You brew coffee, you brew tea.
Got it. And then the hair stuff. That had some specific terms, too.
Definitely. She mentioned blow drying her hair.
That's using the electric machine, the hair dryer, with hot air to dry it fast.
Exactly. And people often talk about blow drying their hair straight using a brush while they do it to smooth it out.
Okay. But then she also mentioned flat ironing her hair. What's a flat iron?
A flat iron is another hair tool, but it's different from a blow dryer. It has two hot plates that you clamp the hair between and pull it through.
So it presses the hair.
Right. It makes it very, very flat and very straight. And the key difference is that flat irons get much, much hotter than blow dryers.
Ah, okay. Well, I use both then.
Good question. Sometimes blow drying, especially if you have curly or wavy hair, can leave it a bit puffy or not perfectly sleek. The flat iron gives that extra smoothness, makes the hair kind of stick together more, very sleek and flat. It's often used after blow drying to get that super straight look or to fight frizz.
Which brings us to frizzy. She said she flat irons to prevent frizziness.
Right. Frizzy hair is hair that tends to stick out, maybe looks a bit messy or puffy, not smooth and sleek. It kind of inflates almost.
Like it has static or just won't lie flat.
Yeah, something like that. And as Stephanie mentioned, it often gets worse on humid or rainy days. The moisture in the air makes it poof.
I think the source even used an analogy like looking like a lion.
Huh. Yeah, that's a common way to describe really voluminous, maybe untamed or frizzy hair if you don't style it or use product.
So these terms, brewing coffee, blow drying, flat ironing, dealing with frizz, they really paint a picture, don't they?
They absolutely do. They show the specific actions, the tools, the time, the effort that can go into just a normal morning routine. It highlights the details behind seemingly simple daily actions.
It definitely makes you appreciate the time involved in Stephanie's hour and a half.
No kidding.
Okay, as we start to wrap up this deep dive, the big takeaway here is really practical. We want to encourage you to try using these expressions and adverbs, like right away.
Yeah, don't wait. Start weaving them into your daily conversations, how you describe your day or other people's actions.
We covered those 3 really common time expressions: run out of time, on the dot, and kill time. Super useful.
And we looked at the whole spectrum of adverbs of frequency, seldom, often, usually regularly, plus those other handy phrases like every other day or from time to time.
Right. And we even got into some specific vocabulary from that morning routine example: brewing coffee, blow drying, flat ironing, frizzy hair.
All pieces that help you talk about time and routines more precisely and naturally in English.
So to leave you with something to mull over, think about your own routines.
Yeah, your morning one, your evening one, maybe your work routine, your weekend habits.
How many of these adverbs and expressions we talked about could you use to describe your day, your habits?
And maybe think a bit deeper about your own relationship with time itself. Are you usually on the dot? Do you often find yourself running out of time? How does that feel? What does the way you use time and talk about time say about your daily life?
Lots to think about there. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.